Oh my god. Welcome to Creative Bath Lab. Today's tutorial is very special. I'm making floral salts and giving you 5 different recipes, including scented, moisturizing, bubbling, fizzing, and foaming. I highly recommend using a base for scenting salts to keep them clump free. I'm using Natrasorb, but you can use tapioca starch. For more information, click the icon. Depending on how much color is used, add 1 to 2 milliliters of polysorbate 80. This is a very light color, so I used 1 milliliter. Add the scented base to a half a cup of Epsom salt. Then rub them both between your hands to evenly coat the salt. Quick tip: squeeze the salt between your hands. If it clumps, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of salt, mixing after each addition. Repeat these steps until the salt is clump free. All of the recipes are super easy, simple, quick, and are basically the same with 1 to 2 additional ingredients for each specific reaction. There are chapters, so feel free to skip around. The SLSA is what makes bubbles. If you add more than a tablespoon, the salts will look more like powder than salt. I added 3 grams of vitamin E oil, but you can use any oil or melted butter that you want. I had to add about 1/4 cup of additional salt. For the last two salt recipes, you'll need soda acid, which is basically half baking soda and half citric acid. For fizzing bath salt, add 1/4 cup soda acid to prepared salt. Since this is a really dark color, I added 2 milliliters of polysorbate 80. For the foaming element, add 1/4 cup of soda acid to a bowl and then add a teaspoon of ammonium lauryl sulfate. You can also use cocoa betaine. The mixture will puff up. Cure it until completely dry, about 2 hours. I just left mine out on the counter overnight. Once dry, sieve the powder into salt. Garnish the top with more flowers. Flower color is important, aesthetically speaking. Choose a color that complements the salts. It's easiest to just go for an accent color, which is normally the exact opposite color of the salt. These are single serving bottles, so no scoop is needed. They take exactly 150 milliliters of salt. Pour the salt in, then wiggle the jar to fit the rest. Don't pack it though. Let the salts remain free flowing. I used a 1.5 inch round hole puncher for the tags. Make sure the tags match the salt. I highly recommend clear elastic cord for the string. It looks neat and clean. Double knot the cord and pull it really tight, then cut off the extra material. Salt is not only relaxing, it's also really great for skin. First, it's a powerful detoxifier. It also promotes skin hydration, relieves irritating skin conditions, and reduces fatigue, stress, and pain. The bubbling bath salts worked amazing, and I at least wanted to show you this. I was running late, so I only used 1/3 of the jar, and I didn't even get to fill up the tub all the way. The moisturizing bath salts softened the water. All of the salts smelled amazing. I know you can barely see it, but the water was beautiful. The fizzing bath salts fizzed just like a bath bomb, and they created an amazing smelling and wonderful salt soak. The foaming bath salts are very similar to the fizzing bath salts, except they foam a lot more and the foam stays present for a lot longer. I wanted to show you just how much foam they create. I poured 1 bottle of foaming bath salts in 100 milliliters of water, and now I'm strictly pouring water in. Thanks for joining me today. Subscribe now for more creative bath inspiration, and check out the description for the recipes, helpful tips, and the supply list at the bottom.